Well, hello there, and welcome back to the Skellyverse. So we're here atop this glorious floating Tudor mansion, and the reason we're here is because I forget. Doesn't matter, we're here. Let's go through the house and then down the stairs. Where are my stairs? There are my stairs. Hey, there's Rob. He went to sleep. Excellent job. But today we're going to do what it says on the tin, basically. I mean, you saw the thumbnail, you read the title, you know basically what's up. We are going to create mini farms. It's a farming mega episode or something like that. Ooh, look at those beacon effects. They're lovely. Don't think we've forgotten about that. We have not. What we're doing is stuff because I had this idea, and it's a thing that I want to do, and the Wither Arena is going to have to wait a little bit until I get this thing out of my brain. And the thing is, it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of resources and supplies. So that is why we are mega farming. We need a mini supplies. So let's go in here. Hey, Bartholomew, how's it going? Have that rocket. Enjoy. Okay, bye. Down here we go. It's been a while since we've been down here. There's our nether portal. There's our mega fish tank, our original storage area. This was like kind of base 1.0. We're branching out now. And this area down here, which we go through this spooky dark tunnel. Ooh. I like it. Ow. Okay. In through here we go. This is something we built early on to get from the base to the skeleton farm, where we mass murder our brethren for their bones and other stuff. They also drop arrows. They're nice guys. And bows. That's how we get bows. At some point, I was really gonna like finish this all up, but I kind of like it like a basic mine look, like it's actually a mine in Minecraft. Imagine that. Here's the world's greatest trash can. We built that long time ago too. Anyway, here is the skeleton farm. It's in an episode in a playlist, which is linked in the description from long ago. It was one of the earlier things that we did, but it still works. Wired it all up, all fancy. Hello. Okay. You can turn the water on and off, lights on and off. You can set it to kill or injure mode. Skeletons drop down here. Kill, kill, kill. Step 3, profit. Okay. So here, this is what we need. Lots of bone blocks, because bone blocks equal bone meal. It should probably be enough. We should leave ourselves a little bit of inventory space, just in case we need space to do stuff. So let's hop back in here, and then we'll head back to the base, to the floating house, and we'll continue our adventure from there, because we got a couple things that we got to do. So number 1 on the list, get bones. Check. We got bones. Number 2 on the list, well, you'll see in just a moment. Yeah. Okay, so now that we have our barrel of bones from the skeleton grinder, can I open this? Barrel of bones? Yeah, there you go. Barrel of bones plus extra barrels, barrelception. Now that we have those, we can move on to part 2. And these parts, they're not really ordered or organized. They are just parts. So enjoy this next part. This next part is gathering a crap ton of gravel, because my amazing plan, which has yet to be revealed, well, will be revealed in the next episode, involves a metric crap ton of concrete. So for concrete, you need sand and you need gravel. So we're going to do part 1, and our good friend coin operator Rob is going to do part 2. We're going to gather gravel. He's going to gather sand, and then I will assemble it back here. All right. So what do you do when you need to find a crap ton of gravel? Well, you can go to the ocean floor, you can dig around down in the caves, and you can just look and try and find it. But we want to be efficient. We want to save time. So what we do is we go to a website like this, Chunkbase. I'll put a link in the description. And you take your seed, which you can get from your world, and you pop it in here. And then what this site does is it uses the seed of your world to generate a map for you. You may have seen maps like this. We have a different map system. in our world, but this is still very cool. The seed, by the way, is just a set of numbers or characters. You can put whatever you want in there that Minecraft uses to procedurally generate the world. So that's the seed for the Skellyverse. You pop that in there, create yourself your very own Skellyverse. A lot of fun. But what we want to look for in our world is a place called a gravelly mountain. So if we filter and we say gravelly mountains and we highlight them and zoom out a little bit, we can see that we have some up here at around negative 2400 and negative 2400, somewhere around that area. If you pop this back off here, you can see that's where we were just filtering. There right here is where the home base is, right in this region. That's the beach where my little beach hut is. And up here, gravelly mountains. So as an enterprising ghoul of the night, when we want to get a lot of gravel, here's where we're going to go for efficiency. Let us head back to the world and we will time lapse flying out there and gathering up a crap ton of gravel. Boy, that was a lot of fun. Always love a good gravel digging time lapse. So what do we have to show for our efforts? Where can I put this down that it won't be a problem? Man, it's cozy in here. All right, so we have a box of gravel and we got us another box of gravel and we got us a third box of gravel. And we also got us a fourth box of gravel. So that right there is a lot of gravel. In addition to that, Rob also gave us all of this sand, which he lovingly excised from the ground from a beach near you. Look at all that. It's amazing. So this constitutes, quite a bunch of concrete. I'm going to scoop it back all up here so it's nice and safe inside my bony rib cage. Open the back of our chair. How many of you can say that? Probably not a lot. Yay! Anyway, man, it's so nice in here. So nice. These paintings could use some work, though. Don't know how I feel about those. What do you think, Stay Puff? He loves it. Shasha. Anyway, so we've got that, okay? We've got the means to make a bunch of concrete, but unfortunately, you also need colors for your concrete. You can't just have, uncolored concrete. You got to put dye in there. So the next thing that we have to do is create a dye farm. And that that's a lot of fun. I've been working on some designs for that. But one of the things you need for a dye farm is a plain flower, something with flowers. So, in order to get all of the colors, we need to actually create a few different farms. We need a cactus farm for some green. We need probably a wither rose farm for some black. Maybe a squid farm. Haven't figured that part out yet, but probably have it. We'll have it figured out by the end of the episode, hopefully. And then for the rest of them, you can find yourself a flower forest biome using a website much like the one that we just did to find the gravel biome, and you can create a flower farm, which just farms up a bunch of flowers. So, using the information that we gathered from said website, we are now going to head to the flower forest bio. Okay. We appear by means of dark skeleton magic to be here already. This is growing somewhat concerning. Also, this man is a fisherman. He's a fishing drowned, which I don't believe I have seen before. Sir, do you require assistance? Here you go. Get assisted. Why was he carrying this fishing rod? I don't believe I've ever seen such a thing before. No, I don't want that. I want the magic fishing rod. This thing probably is worth some money. It's constructed by a dead floating guy. Anyway, so yeah, here we are in the flower forest biome. As you can see, there are plenty of flowers here. Now, there is a trick to this biome, and one of the things we need to do is we got to set up shop a little bit here. Let's go over yonder and start plopping down some stuff to clear out some space in the old inventory, okay? So let's take one of these and pop it in here, and boom, we have, just so much bone meal. Everything you could ever want. So here's the thing with the, just had to, talking a little bit to coin operator Rob there. We're planning some stuff. I might have to cut out spoilers if they show up on the screen. But anyway, so the thing about this flower forest biome is, see all these flowers growing right here, having a great time being flowers? Well, they generate in a specific pattern. And when you first get to the flower biome, the ones that are there are not the ones that are going to be there when you bone meal it. So when you bone meal a block in this flower biome, you will eventually get a flower, and that flower is the same every single time on that block. So these guys are yellow fellas right here. So if we get rid of them, they're going to come back as yellow fellas. And this particular feature of this biome, see, there he is, another little yellow guy, means that wherever you are always going to get bone meal flowers of the same type. And they grow in sort of a pattern. And I'll put a picture up from the Minecraft wiki about what exactly that pattern looks like. But it's kind of a gradient, and it's based on some algorithm that the game decides for the coordinates of each block. So in every world, this gradient pattern is the same. So in every single Minecraft world ever, if you go to -679, -571, you will get this yellow flower. If it's a flower forest biome, that is. It may not always be one of those, and it probably won't in most worlds. But anyway, the point is, if you want to know what kind of flowers you'll generate with your bone meal in your biome, you just basically gotta go through there and slap the bone meal on the ground till you discover which flower grows there. So I'm going to do that for a little bit for this area and try and find a decent spread of flowers. Because what we're going to do is build a flower farm. Oh lordy, that was exciting. Yeah, we're going to build us a flower farm right here, and we want to build it in the area that's going to give us the most different and useful types of flowers. So let's do that, and then I will be back at you. What a beautiful morning. As you can see with your human eyeballs, we've completed the bone mealing, and I actually went ahead and selected an area that I would like to create the flower farm on. Up here, This is where the actual farm is going to go because there's some stuff that needs to go underneath it. But you can see right here, I kind of walled off with this beautiful quartz, the flowers that will grow. So we get a nice spread. We have red guys, orange guys, white guys, you know, little alliums and poppies and what have you. And actually I picked one of each and converted them in this chest right here. So you can see we get red, orange, yellow, blue, magenta, pink, and a bunch of light gray. These guys all give you light gray, which is fine because we have bones for white. We have infinite bones because infinite skeletons. And so then that leaves us things like brown and black, which we will have to create separate farms for. But now it is time to build this farm. This is a farm that I designed myself. There are a bunch of different ways you can design a flower farm. You can create earth shakers where you put pistons on both sides and they push the earth back and forth. You can collect it with mine carts on rails and all that stuff. I went with a slightly different design. This one's going to use water and timing, but we're also going to put in item sorting filters in there, which is pretty fun. It's something I've always wanted to do in a survival world and I never have yet. So we will be doing that. I have everything in this box right here that is required to create this farm. So now all that's left is yet another time lapse to create this farm. Time lapse go. Yeah, okay. All right, well, that was a pretty short time lapse, fraught with some peril and difficulty. You may have noticed the creeper that blew me up while I wasn't looking, and so I have gone ahead and lit up the entire area. So that's something I probably should have done from the start. And also, after the time lapse finished, I went ahead and added a bunch of extra walkway and access panels because it was kind of difficult to get up on this thing and around it. You will notice that it is running right now. The basic premise here is that this hopper clock runs, and each time it hits this position here, it activates all of these dispensers, which dispense out the water that's in them. It also activates a dispenser underneath this grass block here and that grass block over there that shoots out some bone meal, but nothing's happening right now because we're out of bone meal. But if I was to be a flower, I would get washed away into here, into the item sorting channel, which is pretty cool. The item filters are Impulse SV design standard item filters that everybody uses. And I placed all of the flowers that get caught in these filters on item frames so we can tell, yeah, that is what we call smooth. Anyway, I put the flowers on there so you can see what goes in the thing and you get up in the chest. Now, the way item filters work is it's about the signal strength of what's in the hopper that will lock the hopper below it. So you have to have these dummy items in this hopper, and then this will fill up to 41. And then when it does, only those items will pass through into it. And you always have 41 in the top hopper and 1 stuck in the bottom hopper. But then anything else that goes through goes straight into the chest. So in this way, we don't really have to sort our stuff. We can let technology do the work for us. I also hooked up this composter at the end because obviously we get a lot of seeds back from the grass. You can set it to save or to compost. Right now it's in save mode, which just locks this hopper, which that should not be in there. That's some type of mistake. There, that should fix it. Who knows? That might have happened before I had that filter set up. But anyway, we want this on compost because we want to turn any extra seeds into bone meal that we can use to fill our bone meal dispensers. And the entire farm can be turned on and off with a switch right here. If we switch it off, it's basically turns off the clock, right? And then it stops in that position. So nothing runs. But I did put these channels in here into which we can start feeding bone meal so we can have a full dispenser plus a hopper. And I could line up extra hoppers if we really need more. But honestly, I don't think we're going to need to leave it on for that long. We get a lot of flowers out of this and a lot of dye. Just looking at the numbers for the secret project to be revealed next episode, the colored dyes aren't actually the ones that I need the most of. So funnily enough, I spent so much time on this flower farm and design, mostly because I just was having fun with it, but that's actually not the majority of the dye that we need. We need green, black, and we need brown. And none of those come from a flower farm. So that's, how do you say, unfortunate, to say the least. So we're going to have to address some of that. But probably what's going to happen is we're going to have to do some either between episodes or at the beginning of the next episode, depending on how long it takes to do the actual project itself. What am I doing? Missing one entire side. Go through this access channel here. Just fill all this guy up. But yeah, the green dye farm comes from cactus, and Rob and I actually worked on that a little bit earlier before I did construction on this. So a little bit of a slip in time type of thing, but we'll go check that out here in just a moment. But for now, let's turn this on and watch it in action. Oh yeah, that sounds good. You hear that? Yeah. So the water goes off. The dispensers are triggered first. Grows all the stuff. Water comes out. Shoots it down the tunnel into the item sorter. Beautiful. And just like that, it rains. Has absolutely no bearing on the function of this farm, but, you know, still, it rains. So we should see, as this happens, that things are flowing into these chests as we get. Of course, if we don't get any of this particular flower, oh, there, we just got one. If we don't get any of those, obviously, it's not going to help. Not going to do anything. Looks like our bone mealing is working pretty good, and hopefully this is working. Yeah, I think it's working. So let's just do a quick time lapse here, and we will record this farm just going doot 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 for, I don't know, 30 minutes maybe. 30 minutes seems like a long time, but you know, time flies when you're growing flowers. So let's do that. That'll mark probably like the 6th or 7th time lapse in this episode, which I know is a lot, but hey, I like them. They're fun. Hopefully you like them too. So let's check it out. Okay, so that was about a half hour of not really AFKing because I was doing stuff the whole time, which not having great luck with creepers today, as you probably saw. I also did a little terraforming, you know, just out of boredom sake, and then I also encased our flowers in a lovely glass containers so that they cannot be messed with anymore. These are our demo flowers, man. We can't have people messing with the demo flowers, right? And just general cleanup and stuff. But anyway, let's go look at the spoils of war. We got a little jumping torch right there. That's a lot of fun. Everybody likes that. I put the remainder of the bone blocks and some bone meal in here. We're not actually getting... Uh-oh. There might be something wrong with orange tulip. I did notice in my test world design that sometimes the first filter was accidentally bypassed. So Not a huge deal. Just maybe some type of glitch with the item filtering. I may have to look into that, but not a lot of that. We got tons of these guys, tons of these poppies, a little bit of tulips, decent dandelions, decent alliums, a few oxeye, only a few cornflowers, which sucks because that's a decent one for blue. Otherwise, you have to use lapis for blue, which we don't want to do. Red tulips, doesn't matter because we got lots of poppies, same dye. And this guy, white tulip, almost none of, but also again, doesn't matter because we got tons of this and it's the same color dye. Yay! So that's about it for this farm. I may let it run for a while longer. Oh yeah, I didn't check. Did I check this? So yeah, I used about 2.5 stacks for a half hour. So it's not something you could leave on, you know, overnight unless you had a ton of bone meal, which we kind of do. But like I said, we'd have to set up a few hoppers just to keep this fueled up, which we might do if this place is actually spawn proof now, which apparently it was not. I haven't yet looked at the replay footage for that time lapse, but when I do, I'm going to figure out where that creeper came from, see if we can see where he spawned. He might have come from that cave that has now been covered up. So maybe it's fine. I don't know. We'll see. Huh. Yeah, this looks cool. Yep, I dig it a lot. And obviously the same pattern here. I don't know if I said this before yet, but the same pattern here applies all the way up. So these are the exact flowers in their exact positions that will spawn up here. So if we look at the orange guys, there's only a little band of him. And then the blue, not a lot of them, only a few over here and here. So it's kind of random. We're definitely going to get lots of red. See all this red in here? But, you know, variety versus... Right. Well, that's the thing we can't really protect much against because they come from the water. We can't really light up all the water now, can we? Oh, God, he set me on fire. Ah, feels good. And, yeah, we can't really do much about that. But... so next on the list is a cactus farm for green dye. So let's turn the farm off first, just so that there's no surprises. And when we come back to it, everything is fine. Ka-chunk. Yep. Everything's back to normal. Okay. So this way is the way, man, look at this coral. It is gorgeous. Whoops. Didn't want to do that. Here we are back. See, it's actually not that far away from our home base, just right over there. You can actually see it. I can see my house from here. There's the skeleton, the billboard, everything that we know and love. The factory, the bees, so close to home. What was I doing? Oh yeah, okay. So the next thing we have to worry about is cactus, and this is something, like I said, I was working with Rob on earlier. I'm gonna find a bed first because you know what? There's one. Okay, nice and safe in the daytime. Let's go back here. So this is a cactus farm. It's not too exciting. I didn't record building it. Rob and I just were kind of screwing around on the server, having fun, and we built this up together. The goal is to turn it into something that looks good. So details forthcoming on that. But basically, this is an ill mango cactus farm. It's a passive cactus farm. I know you can do zero-tick cactus farming, and we could do that to get a whole bunch of green dye. But to be honest, this is more fun, and it's going to make a nice feature on the world by the lighthouse. You'll see. You'll see when it's done. It'll be great. Also, Zero-Tick Farm's going away in 1.16. It's going to be a long time before we get to 1.16, but we will get there eventually. So might as well future-proof now. Got any of that? Sure do. So this is pretty basic. The went all the way up there. Didn't even explain it. The cactus grows, and it can't grow because there's a fence right there. So as soon as it tries to grow, it pops off and it flows down into this hole in the center and is collected by a hopper. Let's see if we can catch it in action. Haha, right there. Right there you go. And right there also you go. And then you'll see him just drop down into there. It's very, very fancy. Very fancy, very fine. And it goes into this hopper, goes in the chest, goes in that hopper. This back here feeds it with coal, which I got some coal stacked up. And then in here, we burn it, and it turns into green dye. Just what we always wanted. Beautiful. And we could automate that more, but that, unfortunately, is all the time that I have for today. So, next episode, the big reveal of the project. I'm going to try to get everything all figured up and gathered up before the beginning of that episode. We do have one more farm to build, and that is the Wither Rose farm in the end. I have a design for that from, whose design is that? Might be Rayworks or somebody. I don't know. I will build it in between episodes because it's just it's a chunk of stone and there's a wither. I might record a few little bits of that just so you can kind of see what's up. But we need that in place and we need to collect the dye before I can actually implement the plan for the next episode. So I'm going to do that. In the next episode, we'll do the awesome plan and you'll love it. It's going to be great. And anyway, that is all the time that we have for today. So go ahead and leave a comment on this video if you would like. I try to answer every single one. A like is always appreciated. Subscribe if you want to see more of the types of episodes that you have just watched, and you will be notified once I post them. But until next time, peace out. Also, I forgot about the brown dye farm, which comes from cocoa beans, so we'll make that too. Okay, bye.